Hello, it is I. Now, Forza Horizon 4 is arguably one of the worst Horizon games to ever come out of the Forza franchise. I mean, the gameplay was boring, the car sounds were awful, the development was pretty lazy, and the location, well, it was set in Britain. What more do I have to say? And although Horizon 5 is definitely the superior game, there were surprisingly quite a few things that I preferred with Forza Horizon 4. So today I decided to compile 8 things in Forza Horizon 4 which I really miss. Yeah, I can't believe I'm making this video either. Now, you already know the drill. 4,000 likes is the target as per usual. And comment down below fish because lots of people skip past the intro, so it lets me know who the real ones are. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into this video.
Amen in Jesus' name, yes I declare it.
Now, Forza Horizon 4 is the first Forza game to introduce houses into the franchise. And surprisingly, Horizon 4 have implemented houses better than in Horizon 5. Because in Forza Horizon 5, there are 7 houses. Now, have a guess how many houses there are in Horizon 4. Well, you're wrong. Forza Horizon 4 has 13 houses in the game. Yep, almost double what is seen in Horizon 5. Which I just don't understand. I mean, surely you'd get more houses as the game gets newer and newer, if you know what I mean. And not just that, but Forza Horizon 5's most expensive house is Hotel Castillo, and it costs 5 million credits, and it's like the standout house which everybody wants to own in the game. Whereas Forza Horizon 4's third most expensive house is called Lake Lodge, and I am coming up to it here. Oh, would you look at that? It's 5 million credits. So yep, Forza Horizon 4's third most expensive house is the same as Forza Horizon 5's most expensive house. The second most expensive house is Bamberg Castle, which I've actually bought. It's 10 million credits. And the most expensive house is of course Edinburgh Castle, which is up here at 15 million credits. Oh my god, this is the first time I have 15 million in the game. You know what, we're gonna have to buy it for the video, come on. I can't believe in the 4 years that Horizon 4 has been out, I have not bought this house. This is very special to me, come on.
Try to put a hole in our ship, we'll build boats.
And despite Horizon 5's car list being absolutely incredible, there are so many missing gems from Horizon 4 that are not seen in Horizon 5. Like this Quartz Regalia, this was a collaboration with Final Fantasy, I believe, and I can't believe that this car is not in Horizon 5. I mean, of course, nobody really used this car, but this car was so cool, man. This is a monster truck conversion kit. There's also a normal Type D Quartz Regalia, which looked so cool, and I'm so disappointed that this is not in Horizon 5, man. Come on, it's such a cool car, man. Also, in Forza Horizon 4, we got a James Bond car pack, which included this Aston Martin DBS, one of my favorite cars ever made. On top of the DBS, we also had cars like the Lotus Esprit Bond car, which is so quirky. I love that car so much. Now, here's a car which I don't believe is in Horizon 5, the Iron Knight. This was such a meme car in Horizon 4 and everybody loved it. Literally everybody loved it. So I don't see why they don't have it in Horizon 5. I mean, I guess we do have the Mercedes truck, but come on guys, more trucks is better. Also, I cannot forget this limousine, this Cadillac limousine. This was so much fun. Horizon 4 is the only Horizon game where you could actually drive this limo around, and I don't see why it's not in Horizon 5. I mean, how cool would it be to have a limo in Horizon? I mean, we'll probably see it through the festival playlist or something, I don't know. But yeah, man, I'd love to see this limo return into Forza Horizon 5. We also have this V10 diesel Touareg in Horizon 4 as well, which is so cool. It makes such a cool sound. I mean, it's one of the best sounding cars in Horizon 4, surprisingly. But yeah, man, this car is actually really cool. There are so many missing Volkswagens that are not seen in Horizon 4, and this is one of them. I really hope we see this in Horizon 5. Now, the Dodge Viper was hated in Horizon 4 because apparently it sounded so bad, but I kind of don't understand the hate about the sound because I actually think it sounds so good. Now that sounds so brutal. Now, I understand that a stock Dodge Viper would definitely not sound like this, but having this sound file as one of the exhaust mods for the Dodge Viper would be so handy, because I personally really miss this sound. It sounds so good. Watch this here. Oh, it's so brutal.
Pray I never lose and pray I never hit the shelf.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini. I didn't buy it, I got it in a wheel spin, but here's my Lamborghini Aventador. Now check out this sorcery, yeah? If I go into this cockpit camera angle, yeah? Watch this. Yep, the paddle moves when you shift gears. How crazy is that? How does Forza Horizon 5 not have this in the game? Watch this, huh? Oh my god, it moved. You don't get that in Horizon 5. Now obviously this is a small thing that nobody really cares about, but for a game that's so focused on attention to detail, this is a little bit disappointing.
Saying I'm the voice of the young black youth, and then
this is a little bit sad. Rocket Bunny kits are not seen in Forza Horizon 5. I mean, one of the first cars you can unlock in the first Forza game to have wide body kits is a Rocket Bunny S15. So for Rocket Bunny kits to just disappear like that is very sad to see. Obviously, it's not just the S15 that has a missing Rocket Bunny kit. it. I mean, the RX-7 has 2 Rocket Bunny kits that are not seen in Horizon 5, Nissan 350Z as well, S13s, S14s, the S2000, the Honda NSX, Toyota GT86, R32 GTR. Man, there's so many Rocket Bunny kits that are missing in Horizon 5. But I can't lie, it's very sad to not see Forza Horizon 5 in Rocket Bunny. I mean, Rocket Bunny and Forza Horizon 5. I can't speak, what am I saying?
Say yeah, cool, and then I bum my zoo and
Surprisingly, I actually really like the city of Edinburgh in Forza Horizon 4. My only downside was that the map was a little bit too small, but actually come to think of it, I think Edinburgh in this game is bigger than Grand Hato in Forza Horizon 5. And of course, look at these buildings, it's very dense and there's traffic lights everywhere, it's very realistic. Now, one of my complaints about Grand Hato is the fact that it's very historical, and of course this is a very historical map as well. But there are some modern elements throughout the map as well, like this sort of buildings here. I never thought I'd come back to this game and say positive things about Edinburgh, but I genuinely think that the atmosphere in Edinburgh is portrayed better than the atmosphere in Grand Hato. Yeah, I can't believe I just complimented Horizon 4.
had no silver spoons in our mouth, we sold
Now let's be honest, any older Forza game's progression is better than Forza Horizon 5. Because in Horizon 5 you get given all of the starter cars to you for free, of which the starter cars were actually pretty competitive cars as well, like a Ford Bronco, a modified Supra, and a modified Corvette. You see, those are not starter cars, those are cars you aspire to own in the game. Whereas Horizon 4's starter car choice was actually very well selected, because it was either between a Focus RS, an Audi TTS, or a Dodge Charger. Now obviously these cars are pretty expensive in real life, but for a game like Forza Horizon 4 they were actually pretty slow and very well selected. And they were actually better than Horizon 3's starter cars as well, because in Horizon 3 it was a modified S15, a Mustang, a HSV Ute, or a BMW M4, which are insanely powerful cars. You should not be given those as starter cars. So I really love the system of Horizon 4 where you get given one starter car of which the car is not even that competitive, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is what good progression looks like.
Stab us in the back and then apologize.
Come on guys, you already saw this one coming. Although the cutscenes in Forza Horizon 4 were not amazing, they were definitely better than what we saw in Horizon 5. Because Forza Horizon 5 came with one really good cutscene at the start of the game, and absolutely nothing afterwards. Whereas Forza Horizon 4 came with 5 cutscenes. One cutscene introduced you to Kira, another one introduced you to Rebecca, another cutscene introduced you to Joel, another one to Mike Steele, and the final one introduced you to Jay. Speaking of Jay, of course Jay returns in Forza Horizon 5, spoiler alert if you didn't know that already, yeah, surely you must know that. But yeah, Jay returns in Horizon 5, but you never see him, there are no cutscenes with him in it, which is a little bit lazy. I mean, if you're gonna have a character return, I'd expect to see a cutscene with it as well. I mean, Kira was first seen in Horizon 3, and of course when she returned in Horizon 4, there was a cutscene that actually introduced her to us. So yeah man, the cutscenes in Horizon 4 are actually really good.
It's a little bit of heaven that's to come with the hell, you know.
Okay, now this is very biased and it's personal preference, but I love the fact that in this game you drive on the left hand side of the road. Obviously this game is set in the UK, and in the UK you do drive on the left hand side of the road, as I do in real life. So yeah man, it's very homely having a game where you can drive on the right side, the correct side of the road, not the right side, the correct side of the road. The Americans are going to get triggered over that, you know. Actually no, come to think of it, I think left hand driving is becoming more popular nowadays, because of course in Japan you drive on the left hand side of the road, and when Americans find out that we drive right hand drive cars, like this car in Horizon 4, they fanboy over them because it's apparently JDM, because apparently JDM cars can only be right hand drive when there's actually UK cars and Jamaican cars and Indian cars. So yeah man, that's very biased, but I do love driving on the left hand side of the road. It's very biased, I'm sorry. Whoa, did you enjoy this video? If so, then you might enjoy this video up here, so make sure to give that a watch now, otherwise I will be very sad. Also, if you want to subscribe to my channel, there's a button down below here that you guys do to my channel where you can subscribe, I think. Anyways, have a good one guys. Cheers.